You know what hurts the most? It is not failing. It is waking up deep down knowing you are waiting for a life that is never going to come looking for you. Some of you are tired, not because you worked too hard, but because you hoped too long. You kept telling yourself your moment is coming, your break is coming, your rescue is coming. But here's the truth that changes everything. No one will hand you success. So if you want a voice that pulls you out of the dark when your own mind starts lying to you, stay close, because some words are not comfort. Some words are a wake-up call, and that wake-up call might be the thing that saves your life. No one will hand you success. No one. Not your friends, not your family, not luck, not timing. And I know that can feel heavy when you are already carrying enough. I know some of you are trying. I know some of you are hurting. I know some of you smile in public and fall apart in private. You're not weak for feeling tired. You are human. But listen to me carefully. Your pain does not give you a pass to stay asleep. Your struggle does not change the law of life. No one will hand you success. Think about that. If nobody is coming, then waiting is not neutral. Waiting is expensive. Days become weeks. Weeks become months. Months become years. And one day, you look around and wonder where your life went. It did not disappear. It was traded. Traded for comfort. Traded for excuses. Traded for one more tomorrow. A lot of people want the feeling of winning without the work that makes a winner. They want the body without the push-ups. They want the money without the skill. They want the respect without the character. They want the life without becoming the person who can hold that life together. But life does not work like that. Life is not cruel. Life is exact. It gives back what we put in. Not always fast, not always loud, but always fair over time. The hard truth is this: the life you keep begging for is usually hiding behind the work you keep avoiding. Picture one push-up, just one. It does not look like much. Nobody claps for one push-up. Nobody posts one push-up. Nobody changes from one push-up. But one becomes 5. 5 becomes 20. 20 becomes a habit. A habit becomes strength. Strength becomes identity. And identity becomes a whole new life. That is how change happens. Quiet, plain, repeated, boring to watch, powerful to live. People see the strong body and call it talent. They do not see the mornings when the bed felt warm and the floor felt cold. They do not see the days when the mind said skip it and the body said move anyway. They see the result. They miss the reps. And your life is built on reps. The reps of getting up when you said you would. The reps of doing small, hard things. The reps of keeping a promise to yourself when nobody is around. That is why the mirror matters so much. Because the person capable of changing your life is already in the mirror. Not a better friend, not a better boss, not a better season. You with the doubts, you with the fear, you with the uneven past, you with the messy habits. You are still the one. Let that settle in. The world has fed too many people the lie that someone is going to discover them and pull them into greatness. Sometimes help comes, sometimes a hand appears, but even when it does, it can only lift the person who has already started climbing. Opportunity is not a stretcher, it is a door, and doors only matter if you are already walking. If you are still sitting there, blaming your past, blaming your luck, blaming your last heartbreak, that door can open and close right in front of you, and your life still will not change. No excuses, no waiting, no rescue, just action. You do not need to feel ready. That is another trap. Ready is a myth. Nobody feels ready to start the hard thing. Nobody feels ready to be rejected. Nobody feels ready to be bad before they become good. Readiness is not what comes first. Movement comes first, then clarity, then confidence. That is the order. Not confidence, then action. Action, then confidence. One step, one rep, one more rep. That is how a weak body gets stronger. That is how a weak mindset gets tougher. That is how a life that feels stuck starts to move. And let me say something with love. Some of you are addicted to the idea of potential because potential lets you feel special without demanding proof. Potential is easy to talk about. Performance is harder. Potential sounds good at night. Performance changes your morning. Potential gets praise. Performance gets results. One is a story, the other is a life. Do not fall in love with the person you could be so much that you keep betraying the person you must become right now. Every day asks you a simple question. Are you a spectator or a builder? Are you going to watch other people rise and call it luck? Or are you going to do the reps your future is begging you to do? Success is not handed out like candy. It is earned in silence, earned in sweat, earned in moments when nobody sees your fight. No one will hand you success. So how much longer are you going to stand outside your own life waiting for a door that only opens from the inside? Let me give you another picture. A seed in the soil looks like nothing. It is buried, unseen, covered by dirt. From the outside, it looks forgotten. But under that dirt, something is happening. It is breaking open. It is changing shape. It is turning pressure into roots. And that is what your early work feels like. It feels hidden. It feels slow. It feels like nobody notices. But hidden does not mean useless. Slow does not mean dead. Quiet does not mean nothing is growing. Some of you quit because the first part of growth insults your ego. You want visible results right away. You want proof right away. You want applause right away. But roots grow before fruit. Character grows before results. Discipline grows before success. Think about that. If a farmer put a seed in the ground and dug it up every 2 days to check if it was working, he would kill the very thing he wanted to grow. And that is what many people do with their dreams. They start, they doubt, they stop, they compare, they panic, they quit, then they call themselves unlucky. No, you were not always unlucky. Sometimes you were just impatient. Sometimes you expected harvest in a season meant for roots. Sometimes you wanted a tree while refusing the dirt. The dirt matters. The dark part matters. The lonely part matters. The part where your friends do not understand you matters. The part where your old habits fight back matters. Because that is where your roots decide whether they are shallow or deep. When nobody sees your work, that is where your real self shows up. When nobody is cheering, that is where your standards are tested. When nobody would blame you for taking the night off, that is where your future gets shaped. We love big moments because they are easy to remember, but life is mostly small moments. Small choices, small disciplines, small refusals, a small yes to the workout, a small no to the distraction, a small hour spent learning instead of drifting. That is how a hidden seed becomes a tree people later call overnight success. Overnight success is almost always years of invisible roots. And let me talk to the part of you that feels behind. Maybe your friend is ahead. Maybe somebody younger already has what you want. Maybe you feel ashamed because you thought your life would look different by now. Breathe. Shame is heavy, but it is not useful. Comparison is loud, but it is not wise. Your race is your race. Your clock is your clock. Do not use somebody else's chapter 10 to hate your chapter 2. That kind of thinking poisons effort. It steals today from you, and today is all you can plant in. The seed does not scream at the soil. It does not complain about darkness. It does not ask for a spotlight. It just does the work of becoming. That is your job too. Become. Quietly, steadily, daily. Read one more page. Make one more call. Save one more dollar. Practice one more hour. Pray one more prayer. Get up one more time. Little by little is not weak. Little by little is how strong things are built. The world will tempt you to chase visible things, attention, status, quick praise, but the stronger path is to build what people cannot see yet. Build discipline they cannot see, build skill they cannot see, build focus they cannot see, because one day the fruit will show, and when it does, people will think it happened fast. They will not know about the dirt. They will not know about the tears. They will not know about the lonely mornings and the honest nights, but you will know. And that is why no one will hand you success. The soil will test you first. You do not need everybody to believe in you. A seed does not ask the dirt for applause. It just grows anyway. So when the day ends and the room gets quiet, when nobody claps and nobody notices, tell me this: what seed did you water today? Now let's make it even simpler. Think of your life like a wall built brick by brick. Nobody throws up a strong wall in one afternoon. One brick, then another brick, then another. It looks slow at first. It looks almost silly. A whole day of work and the wall is still low. But keep stacking, keep aligning, keep showing up. And one day you have something solid, something high, something that can hold weight. That is how success is built. Not in one burst, not in one lucky break, brick by brick. The problem is most people judge their life too early. They lay 3 bricks, look at the tiny wall, and feel discouraged. They say, this is taking too long. They say, maybe this is not for me. They say, maybe I missed my chance. But 3 bricks were never meant to look like a fortress. Of course, it looks small in the beginning. That is the beginning. Respect the beginning. The beginning is awkward for everybody. The beginning is slow for everybody. The beginning tests whether you are serious or just excited. Excitement can start a thing. Only discipline can finish it. Excitement is loud. Discipline is quiet. Excitement makes promises. Discipline keeps them. Excitement shows up when it feels good. Discipline shows up because it said it would. And your life will always rise or fall to the level of the promises you keep to yourself. Think about that. Every time you tell yourself, I will wake up early, I will train, I will save, I will study, I will build, and then you do not do it, you are not just losing time. You are weakening trust with yourself. You are teaching your own mind that your word means very little. But the good news is the opposite is true too. Every kept promise lays a brick. Every finished task lays a brick. Every time you say, I do not feel like it, but I will do it anyway, you lay a brick. And bricks become identity. Identity becomes standards. Standards become destiny. This is why small disciplines matter so much. They are not just tasks. They are votes. Votes for the kind of person you are becoming. A lot of people say they want a better life, but what they really want is a better mood. They wait until they feel inspired. They wait until the perfect Monday. They wait until next month, next year, after one more break, after one more setback, heals. But walls are not built by moods. Walls are built by hands. Hands that work when the mood is there and when it is gone. Hands that place the next brick straight. Hands that do not waste all day staring at the size of the project. That is another trap. Thinking so much about the whole wall that you never place today's brick. What is today's brick? Maybe it is sending the application. Maybe it is turning the phone off for 1 hour. Maybe it is going for the run. Maybe it is making the apology. Maybe it is finally starting the thing you keep saying matters. Do not disrespect small actions. Small actions are where giant lives come from. The man people admire later is usually just the man who did not stop placing bricks when nobody cared. And let me say this because it matters. You are not failing just because it is ugly right now. Wet cement is ugly. Scaffolding is ugly. Dust is ugly. Progress often looks messy in the middle. That does not mean the building is wrong. It means the building is being built. Stop asking your unfinished life to look polished. Let it look like work. Let it look like effort. Let it look like a person in the middle of becoming stronger. Perfection kills more dreams than hard work ever will. People want the brick to shine before they even place it. They want certainty before effort. They want proof before commitment. But builders do not work that way. Builders understand the next brick. Builders understand the next hour. Builders understand that no one will hand you success. So the only real question is whether you are willing to lay bricks long enough for your own life to become undeniable. One day, people will stand in front of what you built and call you gifted. They will say you got on a lucky streak. They will say it must be nice. Let them talk. You will know the truth. You will know about the mornings, the focus, the repetition, the days you almost quit and did not. So when you look at the wall of your future, tell me honestly, what brick did you lay today? Now let's talk about something nobody likes, but everybody must face. Seasons. Not every season of life feels like spring. Some seasons feel cold, some feel empty. Some feel like you are giving everything and getting very little back. That is winter. Winter in your money, winter in your mood, winter in your confidence, winter in your faith. And winter can make you say dangerous things. Maybe this is all I am. Maybe I missed my shot. Maybe it is too late for me. No, do not make forever decisions in a temporary season. Winter has fooled many good people. It makes a tree look dead when life is still inside it. It makes the ground feel lifeless when roots are getting ready. It makes short days feel endless. But every season carries a lesson. Spring teaches hope. Summer teaches effort. Fall teaches reward. Winter teaches endurance, and endurance is one of the rarest strengths on earth. Lots of people can start, fewer can continue. Even fewer can continue when nothing around them feels easy. This is where character is forged. Not when life gives you sunshine, not when everybody supports you, not when the wins come easy. Character is forged when your back is against the wall and you decide to keep your word anyway. When money is tight and you stay honest anyway. When nobody notices and you keep working anyway. When your heart is sore and you keep loving life anyway. That kind of strength cannot be faked. It cannot be borrowed. It must be earned. A cold season can either harden you or train you. That choice is yours. Some people meet pain and become bitter. Others meet pain and become deeper. Some people get hit once and build a story around it forever. Others get hit and build muscles the hit never expected. Let that settle in. The same rain can grow food or flood a field. The difference is preparation. The difference is roots. The difference is whether you use hardship as proof to stop or as pressure to grow. And I know winter can be lonely, because when life is cold, the crowd gets thin. People love to celebrate spring. Fewer want to sit beside you in winter, but there is a strange gift in that. Winter shows you what is real. Real faith, real hunger, real friends, real priorities. Winter strips off the fake leaves. It shows you who you are when comfort leaves the room. And maybe that is why some of the strongest people are not the ones who had easy lives. They are the ones who learned how to keep walking through snow. Listen to me. You do not need to love the season you are in. You just need to stop wasting it. Learn from it. Grow in it. Train in it. If this is your season to be quiet, then be quiet and sharpen. If this is your season to rebuild, then rebuild with patience. If this is your season to heal, then heal without becoming lazy. Healing is not hiding. Rest is not quitting. Reflection is not surrender. But do not camp out in winter and call it home. Keep moving, keep trusting, keep preparing, because spring always looks sudden to people who did not watch the winter work. Blossoms come fast, but they are fed by roots that held on when everything looked dead. That is why no one will hand you success. Even the seasons demand something from you. They demand patience. They demand perspective. They demand that you stop judging your life by one cold month, one bad year, one painful chapter. You are not the season. You are the person walking through it. So answer this for yourself, not for me. When life gets cold and the road gets quiet, are you going to curse the winter? Or are you going to become the kind of person who knows spring is earned? And now we come to the deepest part of this whole message, the mirror. Because at the end of the day, after the noise fades, after the excuses finish talking, after the world stops distracting you, there you are. Just you and your reflection, just you and the truth. And the truth is not there to shame you. The truth is there to free you, because the day you stop blaming everything outside you is the day your power comes back. Ownership is heavy at first, but it becomes wings. The moment you say, "This is on me," something changes. Not because you suddenly fix everything, but because your hands are back on the wheel. You are no longer a passenger in your own story. You are no longer waiting for a better map, a better mood, a better family, a better past. You finally understand that no one will hand you success. And strangely, that truth stops feeling cruel and starts feeling clean. Because if no one will hand it to you, then no one can keep it from you either except you. That is the part people miss. Depending on others feels safe, but it makes you weak. Taking ownership feels scary, but it makes you dangerous in the best way. Dangerous to your old habits, dangerous to your excuses, dangerous to the life that has been trying to keep you small. The moment a man stops asking who will save him and starts asking what he must do next, he becomes a different man. His walk changes, his eyes change, his standards change. He may still be broke, he may still be unknown, he may still be in the middle of the fight, but inside, the shift has happened. He is no longer begging life for permission. He is building. And yes, people may misunderstand you. They may call you selfish because you got focused. They may call you different because you stopped wasting time. They may get uncomfortable when you stop laughing at things that are ruining your future. Let them. Growth always makes old circles uncomfortable. The version of you that everybody found easy to control will not be the version that builds something great. There comes a point when you have to choose applause or progress, comfort or calling, distraction or destiny. Ask yourself who you have been trying to impress. Old friends who do not pay your bills, people online who forget you in an hour, family members who mean well but do not live the life you want. Whose approval are you chasing at the cost of your own becoming? Think about that. A lot of people are exhausted not from building their life, but from performing for people who were never going to understand their path anyway. The mirror asks better questions. Did you keep your word today? Did you honor your goals today? Did you act like the person you keep saying you want to become? That is the real scoreboard. Not likes, not opinions, not random praise. Just truth. Quiet truth. Daily truth. The kind of truth that either hurts you now or helps you later. Better to face it now. Look closely at your life, not with shame, with honesty. Where are you drifting? Where are you lying to yourself? Where are you waiting to be carried? Find it, name it, change it. One area, one habit, one decision at a time. That is how power returns. Not all at once, but honestly. You do not need a new personality. You need alignment. You need your actions to stop fighting your dreams. You need your days to stop betraying your mouth. You need your private habits to stop stealing from your public goals. Because one day, if you stay with this, you will look back and barely recognize the person who almost gave up. You will remember this version of you, tired but listening, bruised but still breathing, scared but still here. And you will be grateful you finally accepted the truth. No one will hand you success. No one will hand you peace. No one will hand you self-respect. Those things are built, chosen, practiced, earned. So if your future self could sit beside you right now, look you in the eyes, and tell you one thing before this day ends, what would he beg you to start? You know what hurts the most? It is not failing. It is waking up deep down, knowing you are waiting for a life that is never going to come looking for you. So do not wake up like that again. Not tomorrow, not next month, not next year. Picture this. The alarm goes off one morning, and you do not hit snooze on your own future. You get up with purpose. Your body is stronger. Your mind is clearer. Your eyes are calmer. The bills that used to scare you no longer own you. The habits that used to control you no longer lead you. The person in the mirror stands taller because he trusts himself now. He kept promises. He did the reps. He watered the seed. He laid the bricks. He walked through winter. He took the wheel. He became the kind of person his old excuses could not survive. See that version of you for a second. Hear the quiet in his chest. Feel the weight he no longer carries because he stopped waiting for rescue. Watch him walk into a room without needing approval. Watch him handle pressure without breaking. Watch him smile, not because life became easy, but because he became stronger. That future is not fantasy. It is not reserved for special people. It is built by ordinary people who decide that enough is enough, that drifting is over, that blaming is over, that waiting is over. This can be the day you stop asking life to be easier and start asking yourself to be better. This can be the day you stop staring at the mountain and take the next step. This can be the day you stop worshiping potential and start proving it. No one will hand you success. No one will hand you success. No one will hand you success. But if you are willing to work in silence, grow in darkness, build when it is boring, and keep walking when it is cold, then one day success will look at your life and have no choice but to answer the person you became. So stand up, clean up your mind, take back your day, do the rep, water the seed, lay the brick, trust the season, face the mirror, and move. No excuses, no waiting, no quitting, just becoming unstoppable.